Hi there again. It is, just make sure that I don't step on my dog lying here under the table. I finally got the package from the US. My friend Scott brought a lot of things in for me, and this is not even all of it. I still have a little bit that's coming in with a friend that I'm gonna meet up when I'm gonna run in Pattaya next weekend. But this is like Christmas for me. And it's not just like Christmas because I've got all this. I also got my PSA today. And like I mentioned in my last video, I was pretty sure that it was gone up, and I was right. It has gone up, but I am totally ecstatic jump of joy because it has gone up, but it's still below 100. The last one prior to this one was 97.42, and this one is 98.99. So it is literally going up. I mean, that's a fact, but it is by such a small margin that it's like nothing. It's been 5 weeks since I took my last PSA, so in 5 weeks we have an increase of about 1%. I am thrilled because it means that I have got the bragging right to say that my PSA has yet to cross 100 since I have taken action myself. And my initial PSA, if you follow my channel, know that it was at 124 initially, and it was at 120 once I stepped off the strong antibiotic to treat the prostatitis. So being below 100 from a psychological perspective is absolutely fantastic. And adding to the fact that I'm now working with a book, or not working with, I'm reading a book about how to use chlorine dioxide, and I am very, very, very optimistic with that. But before I get into using that, I've got this arsenal here to work with as well. I'm just saying, I'm willing to bet that I'll be at least 10% lower on my next PSA next time we're going to take that at the end of October. But let's take a look at what I've got here. Most of what I'm working with right now, and I'll be looking into that a little bit because the chlorine dioxide is a very heavy oxidant, but everything else I'm doing is antioxidant. But we got something here which is called black seed oil, and it's from the company, I can't remember the company, but anyway, there's only one company I could find that is actually making it in 5 and 10% solutions. The one I have currently and I'm using is at 2%, but the one I have in capsules is unknown. And as has been said all over the internet, the black seed always have this TQ. I don't know how do you say that, but the active ingredients is TQ in it. And they say all of it has some level of it. But the level in the capsules I'm using is unknown. So it could be somewhere between 0.1 and 1% probably. Now I'm no longer going to work with the unknown, because now I've got these here. And that's capsules, and there are 5% in them. Now next weekend I'm going to get capsules with 20% in them. So I'm having very great hopes for the effectiveness of that. This is 5%, that's the oil, and that is used for topical application. It does taste very good, so I won't be doing that. That's why I have taken the capsules. I've also got quercetin, or I have to get back to you as far as what this does for me, but I was researching it at the time and found out it was very, very good. So that's why it's there. And I have got vitamin B12 and bioactive. I can't remember, but there's something about the foliate things that is very important in that one. And it's the right one I have. And then we got vitamin D3K2, and also at 5,000 IU, 120 milligram of K2, also very important. So those are the things I'm going to use. Then I've got this one here, which is going to be the core of this month's treatment, which is the modified citrus pectin. I was already contemplating using this back in January, but it's a pretty expensive product. And yeah, well, and in addition to that, they do not ship it to Thailand. And back when I was contemplating doing it in January, well, I didn't have a way to buy it because I didn't have a card to use it on the internet. And when I finally got the card, I couldn't get it shipped over. So I was very, very lucky that I got a friend who could bring it over for me. So I'm going to have these here, and one of these is 1 pound, and that is for 1 month. And so just to make sure I got a 3 months treatment, I got 3 of these. I got a friend of mine bringing this last one in for me when I go to Pattaya. Then I was using melatonin, which seems to work quite well, but I ran out of it, and initially I've been using the melatonin you buy in capsules, and that was in 60 milligrams and 100 milligrams of capsules, and they cost quite a lot. And it was only later I realized that that's pretty darn stupid, because here I got 250 grams of melatonin. If I'm doing 1,000 milligram, 1 gram a day, I got 250 days worth of melatonin right here. I had some issues of ordering it in the US, and so I ended up having 2 packages. So I now got 500 days worth of melatonin if I do a high dose of 1,000 milligram a day. I have not yet decided how far I'm going to go, but my highest solution prior to this, when I was using the capsules, was at 680 milligrams a day, and it has been stepped down to, I think it's 120 milligram lately, because I was just running out. So that's going to be fantastic. I already bought Celtic salt, which is very good for my electrolytes, and to have the right minerals in your body, you got to have the best salt. And as far as I can figure out, might be hyped, might not, but the Bayer salt should be the best one. I think it was 92 trace minerals in this one here. I'm so much looking forward to see how that tastes, because one thing I've learned being a carnivore is that salt is just so delicious if you buy the right one. And so I've got 3 bags, 2 fine and 1 coarse. And well, what can I say? I'm just looking forward to use that as well. So that's along with the rest of the things that I already have that I'm going to be used, but I'll be using this, but I'll be using it as supplements, as I've mentioned before. Apart from the modified citrus pectin, which I'm going to go all in, then the rest of it is basically just going to be used as a supplement. So I ain't going to up the antes and upping the doses to provoke any stronger reaction to it, because the new information I have from Andreas Kalker, which is the guy I'm reading the book from, is that the real way you're going to do it is not so much by antioxidants, which do promote a better immune response, but it is also by oxidations. You want to promote oxidations, and I really love the information I have on that part, but I'll get back to you when I got more. But the thing I've read so far, but just reading 100 pages of the book, is actually adding up with all the other research I've done, because I've been puzzled a little bit about how it works when Wim Hof, for instance, is talking about doing these fast breathing out and in and out, and other things that I've seen in the book, that all of a sudden the things that I've been puzzled a little bit about is now falling into place. So I'm very, very excited. If you want to go ahead of time, before I post anything about it, look it up, Andreas Kalker, and look at chlorine dioxide solution, CDS, or MMS. The guy, Mr. Rumble, who initially invented, if you will, the recipe to treat malaria. That was his reason to get into it. He called it MMS, a miracle solution, and he was using chloride. Sodium chloride with citric acid. Well, Andreas Kalker has refined the recipe and using sodium chloride with hydrochloric acid, and that produces a gas which is very highly absorbable in water, and that is then in turn diluted further in water into a specific solution, and should work with so many different things. But if you're interested, hit me up in the comments and I'll send you a link for the PDF on that one. But until I've read it all, I don't want to get too much into details. Anyway, it is a very, very, very good day. Very good. I mean, it calls for celebrations, but what do you celebrate with when you don't drink alcohol anymore and you don't really want to destroy a good track rate by eating a lot of cake? I don't know yet, but I think I'll just celebrate it by giving my wife a hug to begin with. Until next time, stay happy and healthy.